One night, as I was browsing some forums about online scams, I came across something really interesting. A person had posted a telephone number of a scam company that kept calling them, related to an unpaid debt. Now, this person also posted the reference number the scammers used to identify them. Take a look. They said, "I keep receiving calls from a person called Kelly, with E Capital United, stating I have 2 claims against me. And if I don't call back with this reference number to take care of this matter, I will have my wages garnished." I have not called them, but everywhere I look them up online, shows scam. These guys are one of many made-up debt collection agencies, which have obtained personal information on users who have received loans in the past, and attempt to convince the person they owe money on it. The agency I ended up calling provided all personal information of the person, with just the reference number. This is considered illegal and not something a real legitimate agency would do. So, I decided, for this week's episode, to call these guys up, and see what happens. And what happened, you can see for yourself. I hope you enjoy it.
Your call is now first in line and will be answered by the next available representative. Thank you for your patience.
Good morning. You've reached E Capital United. My name is Jen Cassidy. How may I assist you?
Hi, I got a voicemail saying I needed to call back with a reference number.
Could you provide me with that, please?
544431.
The call was directly to a Carrie Johnson.
Yeah.
Do you know that person?
Of course. C'est moi.
Okay, sir, just to make sure that I have the correct person in line, are you willing to verify the last 4 digits of your social?
Why do I need to verify that information?
Just to ensure that I have a correct person online. Well, since you're not comfortable using your social, could you verify this address, whether it's your present or previous?
That's interesting. They seem to have the person's home address. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Well, sir, we are a mediation firm that processes civil complaints prior to court proceedings. Unfortunately, you've been listed as a respondent. We have received a petition from our client to contact you in pursuit of an outstanding balance in the amount of $1,570 due to breach of contract. At this time, they are processing 2 allegations against you. The first is for misuse of goods and services, and the second is for malicious intent to avoid repayment on a loan. So at this time, the company Laser Lending, they are the company that's actually pursuing you for this unpaid loan. How can we move forward with this situation at hand, sir?
Can you tell me more about the loan you were referring to?
Okay, well, it's a payday loan that was generated back in 2010. That's March of 2010. Are you,
More stolen information. They just gave me the company the person worked for. Yeah.
Do you remember working at that, at the time when you generated that loan, you were actually working at that institution? Okay, the email that's online is that's the email address that was also used to generate this loan. So that is some of the information here on file that was used to generate that loan. So at the time, Laser Lending, they are an umbrella company. What they do, they fund small loan entities. So when you took out this loan, actually, it went into default because of non-payment. When it went into default, it was actually sent back to the original funder, who is Laser Lending. So now they are the company that's pursuing you. They're offering you a voluntary restitution of $1,570. If this is not resolved, we have to notate this file, send it back to our client, and they're going to proceed with legal action. So what happened is, if this is not resolved, sir, you will be going to court.
And the company I got the loan from sold you the debt?
The company that you got the loan from, as I said before, if you have that original contract, you could look at the third line. It will state that Laser Lending is the original funder of the loan. As I said before, once this loan falls into default, it goes back to the original lender. Because when you walk into that loan entity, or if you go online and apply for that loan, they're just there to facilitate that application.
All right, so they say that a person can apply online for the loan. So, I decided to try and apply with Laser Lending. The problem was, when I googled Laser Lending, all I could find were results warning me this is a scam company, and one website with very little info on the topic. But, they must be telling the truth. They did sound very professional over the phone. It must be that the entire internet community just wants to put a bad name on the honest, hard-working people of E-Capital United. That's when I decided to Google E-Capital United. And what I found was similar. No company websites, just hundreds of forums with people discussing these scammers, but the woman on the phone kept going on about the loan.
The original funder are the persons that will normally get back that account if the loan is not repaid, and they will pursue you at any cost. So now they are pursuing you at this time. So how can we have this resolved, sir? If this is something that we cannot have resolved, or we just have to notate the file and send it back to our client.
So they hired you? What do you get out of this?
What we do, sir, so this is a mediation firm. This is not a collection agency. This account is past collection. We are a mediation firm. We try to see, or we try to help you to see how best we can resolve this. If this is something that you want to resolve out of court, or this is something you want to go and contest. So it's up to you to tell us what is it that you want. Do you want us to forward your documents so they can be processed for court, or you want to have this taken care of? How is it we can have this resolved?
Do you want to resolve this case, or do you want my officers to go to your doorsteps and handcuff you?
Now, that sounds familiar?
So I'm asking you, this is nothing that you're being forced to do. We're asking you now, how do you want to have this taken care of? Do you want to resolve this voluntarily, or should I just go ahead and sign off on this document?
So, if you sign off the documents now, will I be forced to go to court?
Yes, sir. And let me advise you, once you go to court, now your on-screen balance is $1,570. You're going to have to pay 4 or 5 times the amount that's seen your on-screen. And you're going to have to prove to that judge that you're not the person that we are actually looking for.
Oh. How am I ever going to prove I am not that person?
Sir, my court does not care if you have found that reference number on an online forum. By using that reference number, you prove to this country that you are in fact Carrie Johnson.
And I'm seeing you're on file. Let me tell you now, 7911, that's the last 4 digits of your social. I have it all on file. I could have told you that before, but I wanted to make you comfortable so you could verify by your address.
Oh, shoot. Can I move out of the country?
Sir, it's up to you, because once you come back, they're going to have you for this.
We finally landed. Can't wait to have a warm bath at home.
You owe that money to Laser Lending. Enjoy your holiday in prison.
Is there a way I can resolve this?
Okay, sir, you could either pay this in full, $1,570, or if you want to have a settlement, that can be offered to you, or you can have a payment arrangement set up on the account.
What is a payment arrangement?
Well, you would have to do a good faith payment for today to show the client that you're willing to have this resolved. So it's $1,570. What could you do good for today?
Oh really? That sounds familiar. Can we negotiate a lower price?
Of this $1,570, you would get a 25% off, or I would have to, give me a minute. Let me just put you in a brief hold and ask my manager. Okay, Mr. Johnson, if it's something that you're going to sell today, we'll actually give you for $1,100. Yeah, $100. You get a $470 discount off.
But that's not much of a discount.
Well, that's if you're going to settle today. If you're not willing to settle today, we'll have to split the balance in 3 or 4 parts. But if you want to settle off the account today, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to transfer you to my manager and to see if you could get a better settlement, okay?
As you can see, these scammers are also stealing people's personal information, such as home addresses and social security numbers. They know a lot of things about the person they are calling, even names of companies and people the person has worked with. However, what they don't know is that the person calling is not Carrie Johnson, or that the person that is calling might, by some strange accident, have a YouTube channel about scammers. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and before I reveal some of the content in part 2, please remember to subscribe and share, so we have more of these scams coming. Well, until next week.
Hello, you've been transferred to John Clocken, manager of the auditing department. Johnson, you hear me?
Yes I am. So is $800 good? Cause that's all I have with me.
800 is a little bit low about. Just a moment. See if I can actually take off one of the allegations here.
You got the reference number from an online form, not from the message we left you.
That is correct. I found the reference number on an online forum. I don't even know who Carrie Johnson is.
And that in itself would have been impossible. I'm not sure how you'd have gotten the case number if it is... Alright. I'm really not sure how to answer that question, sir. If you would like, I can go ahead and put you back to the original arbitrator who is handling your case, and you can actually query it with her, because I'm not sure.